So now the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking part in the MLS Cup. And again, this is one of those things where I'm so confused in terms of this game we're about to play. It didn't have the purple next to it, which is usually the color that makes you know that it is a cup game. So I'm really not sure if I'm just playing an actual game or if it's the MLS Cup game. I'm not sure. It's all weird to me. Like I said, being the first year, trying to figure out and maneuver. But we got Javi right here. Obviously, that's a sick goal if that was to actually happen. But yeah, here we are playing another game. And I mean, I'm not sure, bro. Because it was yellow on the screen. But you know what's weird? I think there's different colors for the different um, tournaments either way. So, like I said, I'm not trying to. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I do know we're at home playing this game. So we're in New York, and shoot, I've been to Red Bull Stadium one time. I think I was there right when they built it. Actually, when they first built it in, I want to say 2011. Might have been like December, maybe even January 2012. But I remember going and visiting the stadium. It was a nice stadium. That's not why I picked it. Even like it being in Harrison and where it is, that's not why I picked it. I just picked it because, again, it's the hometown team. I've actually never been to a Red Bull game, so it definitely wasn't one of those, well, oh, I'm picking a team because that's the team I follow. Because I'll be honest, I've only recently picked a new team, and you'll kind of learn as we go through about all of that. But when I started this game here, I don't know, it might have been in, shoot, January 2015, started recording this. I really didn't have a team, so I just decided, if you think about the markets as well, yeah, bro, let's bring some kids to New York, really New Jersey, but let's bring some kids to New York and get the young guys that the Spanish, clubs kind of missed out on. That's another thing. As soon as I see that they have potential, I'm gonna sign them, and then I'll go through, and then once they dip under a certain potential, I'm like, all right, cool, we could cut them. We ain't gonna have no use for them. But I like being the first one to sign them and let them play. So you see right here, Lade scores a goal. That's the thing, is getting them to the MLS is getting them a chance to play at a young age and right away. That's the best way. Chavez with another goal. I'm going to just call him Javi, bro. Chavez to me is an old man name, like a last name. Duh. But you know what I mean? Javi's better. So Javi got another goal so far. I think we played a couple games and he scored in each of them, if I'm not mistaken. And we get the win, obviously. Gaudet gets the clean sheet. And I think it's best for these young guys at 16, 17 years old to be able to come to America, play. And again, they're coming from whatever youth academy they were already in Spain, in my opinion, or whatever camp that they've been training at. Because they don't really have secondary school for soccer. They literally just have them like in academies, either way. So these dudes have been used to playing against grown men, even if just in training or whatever the case is. So bringing them to America, to me, Javi is a perfect example that they're ready right away. So for him, it's more so, you see it happen all the time. If he was on Barcelona, they'll probably loan him out at 17 years old to get him somewhere that he could play regularly, because he ain't going to play on no damn Barcelona senior team at 17. Let's be real. They got Messi. Like in this game right now, I believe they have Messi. So that's whose spot he would have to try to go after. And so, yeah, they figured out the game. They're like, all right, we'll loan them out. Now, for me, we kind of cut that out in terms of we actually signed them and make them play. We forced them to grow. McCarthy is the man of the match. We forced them to grow early, and that way, in the long run, they end up being very good for whichever country, like I said. So we're kind of like the middleman. But the good thing about this, what you're gonna see eventually is, oh, there's a profit. If we only sign them for 30,000, so we spend basically between the two like 3 million on our scouts, right? And so we can make that 3 million back by selling one of these players, like one of them. So it's not even like one of those things where we're just doing stuff for shits and giggles. Like, we're gonna make our money back. So now we're playing Philadelphia, and to me, it looks like we're just playing the last couple of games of the season, but I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Unless it's one of those things where we're playing those kinds of, what do you call those games? The table games, right? Where you play the first couple games kind of to get a seeding, and then you get to like the quarterfinals or whatever it is, the knockout stages, and then the quarterfinals, semifinals. I don't know. I don't understand the MLS, bro. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. All I know is I'm playing the games, trying to get some content, trying to get some highlights, and I don't know why that looks so clean, bro. I was like clean ass, like, man, clean touch. Basically crossed the shit out of him, but it is what it is. We're here playing in the rain. I think this is our first rain game, actually. It's crazy because they actually look like they're getting wet. So, as you can see, there are all these damn cameramen in rain suits. And I don't know what Philadelphia has. Like I said, I wasn't that much locked in. I'm trying to remember too, when I played in FIFA 13, I think I made a Mexican player. I'm not even sure. I really don't. I might have made Santiago Munoz, if I'm not mistaken. So, obviously a Mexican player. And like I said, if you've never seen the movie Goal, you might not understand like why Glen is the manager. He's the scout that found Santiago Munoz. Literally, he was playing like some semi-pro weekend game, and he saw him and was like, bet. I know some people in England. We're going to go to England, get you a chance. And, I mean, the rest is history in terms of the game. He ended up going to Newcastle. It wasn't easy, obviously. Then he made the team. Then he ended up being like on the national team for Mexico, Spain, and Real Madrid, and all this other fantasy stuff, which, like, as a kid, I enjoyed that movie. So, for me, when I had to think about who would I make our manager, I'm like, bro, we're going to go with. So, they got Freddie Adu, but, I mean, shoot. If you don't know U.S. soccer, you have no idea who that is. And two things. So that's why it was easy for me to choose kind of that storyline and make him the manager, because he's the one that found, obviously, one of the most hidden gems ever in terms of fantasy and fiction and movies and soccer. But now, Freddie Adu, one of the youngest players. Well, I think he was the youngest, but now that got reset the other day, actually. And there go Javi again doing his thing. But he was one of the youngest players to ever play in the MLS. He never really became like a national team star and like the guy they thought he would be. But yeah, he came in at 15. And that's kind of one of my motivations too right here with Javi. See, Javi low-key do look like a Spaniard. He just got braids. And he's kind of darker a little bit. Not no crazy like freaking my color or Freddie Adu color. But you can see what I'm saying. You got some features, bro. This man kind of look mixed, like I keep saying. Because when you look at Spanish players, bro, let's see. Spanish players. Let's see. Let's go off of the 2014 Spanish World Cup team, right? So I could kind of make a actual, let's see the names real quick. I'm on ESPN. So we got Casillas, the goalkeeper. I remember him. We got Piqué. We got Fernando Torres. We got Sergio Ramos. That boy Javi don't look like none of them boys. That's what I was trying to. We got Iniesta. We got Javi. We got Fabregas. Like, that boy. We got Xabi Alonso. That boy don't look like none of them. He look like some other. They got David Silva, David Villa, Diego Costa. Yeah, that boy. I don't know, man. And I really kind of, not to be on some like race thing, but we don't really see too many mixed or like darker players on the Spanish national team. I mean, I don't know. Historically, I do kind of know, not really. But yeah, I ain't seen it. Not all the years I've been watching. I've been watching since the first World Cup I really sat there and watched had to have been 10. Yeah, that might have been the first one I actually sat there and watched. Um, so we get one of our first offers, not the first, but I'm cool on that Poland offer. I'm good on that. Or Finland, my bad. That's kind of disrespectful. I call them boys Poland, acting like everybody outside of America is all just the same. My bad on that. But yeah, I'm not trying to sign with none of these lowly teams because there's no point in terms of, excuse me, they're not going to help me get to where I want to get. Like in the long term, I would love to manage England, but it's kind of funny that I went about it that way. Because even as I went through, like I said, those games to me felt like those were the table games, kind of set it up, and now we get to the quarterfinals. And now you see here, this is the one where you have two matches that you have to play. But in terms of international offers, I think I've gotten like Bolivia, like India, like those weird little countries that I don't know if they really give a crap about soccer, but they have a national team, so they're trying to get a big name. And I'm not even really a big name yet, in all honesty. I mean, we've been first in our division in my first season, but I'm not really a big name either. So I don't know what they're trying to do. I really don't give a shit. I don't want to go to a team that will just get knocked out, not even really make it through the first round, or like I said, make it through the, I don't know what you call it, bro. I guess when we get to the World Cup, I'll be able to tell you better what it's called. But there's a name for where we're playing and how, like, those couple first games, bro, that decide, like, if you get to the quarters and where you get ranked. But here we are. We're in Toronto, ain't it? I mean, I be tripping sometimes. I be talking so damn much, I don't be really paying attention, bro. But we're in Toronto, I believe. And I mean, I don't plan on losing. I don't plan on losing. I know, like I said, I'm not going to try to win the cup if they're not supposed to. And that's the bad part about me choosing New York is they're not supposed to win a damn thing. They're actually, I think their best season, they might have been like 2017 or something where they got to like the finals and lost. But so it's kind of going to be a weird series to where I'm just playing, bro, trying to get these young dudes some playing time. And it would make a lot of sense in all reality to say, hey, of course they didn't win the damn championship. They out here with a bunch of 17-year-olds and they're going against grown men. Like, let's be real, right? Cooper not going to be there forever. Lempier, Lade, McCarthy, they're not all going to be there forever. Gaudet, Pierce. Well, maybe Pierce, low key, because I haven't got any offers for him. And like I said, I filter everything. I only show you the offers when they're signed and ready to go, not necessarily when we get them, because then I would take forever. So here we go. We got Toronto, and we got Dax, where he scored. And that's another thing, too. I'm about to go that way with it, man. I'm about to call these dudes like names that I like. I'm not about to sit here and call him Mr. McCarthy. Like, the hell is this? He not the coach of the Green Bay Packers. He not the coach of the Cowboys. His name is Dax. That's way harder. Then we got Javi going off. Like I said, bro, I'm going to play through Javi because this is his year for him to kind of get. And in football and stuff, in America, we call it film. But this is his chance to show that he's ready for the big leagues. Cooper, he scored, old man of the group. And like I said, I'm not dumb. We got a penalty kick here. I'm not an idiot. Like, if we get the opportunity, and this is when I played this game, I'll be honest, I didn't know how to kick penalties. I literally just kicked it straight, and I got lucky. Because I damn sure didn't know how to play. We got Juan in here. He got one. That's hard. And the hard part about it, too, is, like, when I go and find these players and scout, like, Juan would have never actually fit the bill of, I don't think, because he's like a midfielder, I don't think he even fit the bill of being an attacker to even have a chance to be the guy for FIFA 14. He actually was just like, you know what? Shit, I got another 80 something overall, 90 something overall potential. I'm going to sign this dude. And that's how I feel like I'm going to make these teams way better in the long run, is the other guys. So say I go to Spain, right? And I'm looking for a striker, winger, whatever the position is, right? And I end up getting a midfielder, because when you put attacker, that doesn't mean, well, they're only going to get strikers and wingers. Or, you know what I'm saying? They might mess around and get you a midfielder. And the attacker style is more so his play style. It's not his actual position. So, okay, we end up with a Juan Insua, right? I'm going to sign the hell out of that dude. Because at the end of the day, too, I need numbers. I can't just be selling every older guy I got and not getting no young guys in. So, for example, with that, especially too with the age, like that's another thing I learned about this youth academy is, first of all, I could get a dude 14, 15 years old that's a 90 overall potential, and then after a couple months, because obviously I'm not going to sign the 14-year-old because they don't let you, I'm not going to sign him to the senior team to get his ass kicked. So with that being said, by the time I do sign them, they might drop down to a 75 overall. So in all reality, another thing of scouting is they don't always just give you 16, 17-year-old type kids that are ready to play right away. So I'll end up going to Spain here in, 2012, and end up getting all my Spanish players for the next 3 or 4 years, especially if they could continue to develop. That was a shitty ass kick, but I ain't tripping because we scored, 4 goals? And this now kind of shows you, for those of you that don't know soccer, football, FIFA, now this puts Toronto in the shittiest position possible, because we get McCarthy to be the man of the match, right? We're up 4-0, and it's an aggregate score that moves you to the next round, right? So you see Sounders and Chivas, or even Houston and Columbus, or Real and Galaxy, right? Any of those dudes can still win. In our situation, shit is over for Toronto. They got to score 5 goals in one game to pass us to get to the next round. So it's over for them. Those other games were like 1-score games where, okay, you need to have a game like we just did. So we end up with 77 points, by the way. What is that, like 18 more than Columbus? Like I said, we ran away with our Eastern Conference, I believe it's called. So, like I said, none of this is fake. None of this is flogging. This is for real what's been happening. Like, our team is better than everyone, and then you throw in these young dudes that are so talented and have so much potential, is over with. And right here, like I said, just making sure Chavez is always starting. I don't give a crap how, who, what, when, why, where. And then we sub in like Insua in certain parts, get him out there. But we're getting ready now for the second leg. And literally, I just got to be low-key proactive. Do not let these dudes score 5 goals. That's literally the task at hand, the goal of the day, no pun intended. Just don't let these dudes score 5, and we good. We should be able to get through to the next round. And that's another thing. I don't remember if the semis, I believe the semis is another aggregate situation where there's 2 games. And that's good. In my opinion, at least, you know, at that point, okay, you won one game, you drew the other, but you have more goals, okay, you're the better team. If that makes sense. I mean, that's not always the end-all, be-all is, you know, who scores the most, but also it is. In sports, it's always been about the most points on the scoreboard. That's why there is a scoreboard. So let's get to business, man. Toronto, I feel bad for you. Now you at our stadium, by the way. Our stadium looks like a real stadium, bro. Like, freaking, we was just in Toronto. I'm about to call him in Toronto. Can't even speak sometimes, bro. But we was just in Toronto, bro, and their stadium looked like one of the high school fields where it's just like, all right, we got a little bit of stands, and we got a little bit of scenery in the background. in a big city like Toronto, but ours, you see the dome type covering, you see it just, I don't know. I honestly feel like the Red Bull Stadium and like the organization, to me, it's respectable. It's like, okay, cool. We got young players over there and they're 17 years old, they're scoring 5, 10 goals or whatever. I know, you might say, it's not the best competition, but shoot, he's 17 years old. And I just think the whole environment and everything I'm trying to create and do with this program or franchise or club or whatever you want to call it, I think it just looks right optically. Now, I wish we would win, but here we go, Javi again. Like I said, I feel like every game so far he's scored. I mean, what else do you need from a 17-year-old dumbass? You should have held on to it. I never understand when goalkeepers do that. Oh, I'm going to just throw my hands out and block it. No, freaking control the damn ball. Because that's what happens when you just push it back to the attacker. And then Cooper, old man, running in circles. He's trying to run, so they do the animation where, well, I'm trying to run, where somebody grabs him. But that shit took like ring around the rosy. That shit looked like Duck Duck Goose for a little minute. Look at that. Both of the goals so far are off of deflections. And we get another one. Javi is going crazy this game so far. I think this is his first that I've played, obviously, multiple goal game. And this is what I'm talking about. You see how I spit and just attack? And look at the score, though. So we actually missed a goal. I don't know what I was doing where I glitched out. And I actually wasn't able to record it. But we ended up with 3 goals. And this is what I was saying, too. Shoot. We even won this second game straight up 3-2, but now the aggregate score is 7-2. It's over for them. Their season over. And that's another thing as we go through. I am going to have my mishaps, like I said, where I missed a goal. I wasn't able to record what happened. Or, no, I'm tripping. Y'all just be talking, don't I? Didn't I just show Javi scored twice and then I showed Cooper scored once? I'm tripping, bro. Oh, I'm tripping. My bad, y'all. Because I do have games like that where I didn't record the goal. What am I talking about, bro? I literally just showed all 3. I'm bugging out, man. And it ain't even like because I'm tired enough and then it's like late and I'm trying to record. I'm literally just bugging. Saying some nonsense. I actually showed you everything you need to see. Bugging, bro. Because I remember the goal where he was going, like I said, duck, duck, goose. And then Javi obviously scored twice. Yo, I be tripping, bro. Man, I'm human, bro. I'm definitely human. And that's another thing. So I didn't start watching other guys' YouTube, especially with FIFA, until I was done with this, right? And then I seen, like I said, there's a lot of guys that don't even play the games. A lot of guys that they just show you kind of like the buying and selling of players, the youth academy, which is cool, but I tried to put it all together just because I know, like I said, Javi is going to be our star for FIFA 14. I want you to understand where this player came from and how it all happened. I don't want it to just be... Because FIFA 14, you damn skippy, I'm not about to sit here and try to make... Chavez, obviously, man of the match. But I'm not going to sit here and try to make let's make another dynasty and let's see what we could do for a couple years. Hell no. I actually rather just jump in and say, okay, Javi is... best young player, and he's going to whichever club, and that's what we're doing. That's a lot easier to me than to sit here and go, all right, 14, 15, 16, new dynasty. Let's go with Toronto next. Let's go with Columbus next. And I'm only saying those names because these are the teams we have on the screen that we're playing next. But now we got Columbus. That was a team that was second in the East. And it's crazy. So that green, there's no relegation system in the MLS. So I don't know what that green means. I don't know if those are like the teams that were invited to play. I think that is what it was. Those are the teams that were invited to be a part of the MLS Cup, if I'm not mistaken. Remember we played Sporting and we played somebody else earlier, and I was like, why the hell are we playing these games? That might have been what it was. We played those lower level teams just to play and get them out the way. And then now when you get to quarterfinal, semifinal, now you're in a situation where, all right, Now these are the best teams that made it through those situations, but I don't know. I don't know if it was like one of those weird things where if we were to lose, because that wouldn't make no goddamn sense if we were to lose, that we were out the tournament or nothing. But here we go. We got Columbus in the rain. Rain games to me are cool because they make them very realistic. You can see, like I said, the players' jerseys and everyone getting wet. So to me, it's cool to play those games just because it's a little bit different. And obviously, we haven't made any moves. This is the same team you saw, a couple minutes ago. Like I said, bro, sometimes I just be yapping. So I don't see us. Basically, we're here playing in Columbus, but I don't see us losing, man. I don't see it. And so, now, it's a nice haircut. I mean, not really. It's clean, though. I don't know. What is that? That's a Boosie fade, but the European version, that's kind of clean, bro. I mean, what do they call that? I just have random thoughts sometimes when I look at the game and play the game. Like, what do you even call that hairstyle that man got? But you see here, like Higuain, these guys have to be from other countries. Like they don't only have the best. I mean, yeah, Henry, Marquez, but they have to have European players on these other teams, even in Columbus. It's not like a super mismatch. It's just a mismatch because, shoot, Red Bull, in my opinion, and Galaxy were the two best teams of the era in the 2010s either way, just because of the guys you could get in, the names. Like people, if they gotta leave London, they gotta leave England, France, Italy, wherever, I don't think they have a problem going to New York. Now, here comes our problem. We end up going to a draw this first game. I don't know if it was because of the rain, I don't know what, but you see here, this is the first game with no highlights, with nothing going on. So, with that being said, that means this next game that we about to play is winner take all. Shoot, if we get one goal this next game, that's all we need to move on. If they get one goal next game, shit, that's all they need. So we ended up playing the whole game, man. Didn't score. We're going to show you some of the highlights, though, of what happened. That was a shitty attempt on goal. Right here, we got McCarthy. Just couldn't get it past. And, I mean, that was an awkward position right here. Their defense kind of stepped up. And I don't know. That was a shitty-ass header, bro. I don't know what the hell we thought was going to come from that. And like I said right here, it's just an awkward shot. Tino. I don't know if his name is Tano, what his name is. He sounds like an Avenger type of dude. He look like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what his name is, but he was the man of the match. Then we got Sounders on the other side. They beat the shit out of Salt Lake, 5-1. And I thought we was doing our big one when we played Toronto, but damn, 5 goals is crazy. So South Africa, like, get out my face. Don't call my phone with this bullshit. Like, they have never been a relevant World Cup type team. Again, I'm not saying it's not a good country. It's a great country. I think Tyler's from there or some shit. Like, I don't know. Just get off my phone line with this bullshit. I'm not going with that offer. So now we gotta go re-sign some guys. Obviously, I walked into a good situation where a lot of these guys are locked in. They'll be here. And that's another thing. You saw that, right? Bezo hasn't played a lick yet. Just keep that in mind. Because everybody's not Chavez. Everybody's not Insua. You got Bezo. That boy ain't played yet. And then, so we're here working on contracts. And to me, man, it's no point to re-sign people that, in my opinion, are not good. So, obviously, we're going to re-sign Cooper. He's been very solid for us. I'll probably try to get him out of here, though, because he is older. So, obviously, we're going to re-sign Dax. Again, like you see the name up there, Vuyo. I ain't signing nobody. This dude, Keo, you ass. Like, and I'm not saying that to attack nobody's character if they ever watch this video and then see me talking about them. But if you're not like a 65 or a young dude with potential to get past it, I'm not going to re-sign you. Like, so right here, Barajo, it's going to affect my numbers, so I'm going to need to get some young guys in to make up for it. And so we go through here. Nuno looked like a monster. David looked good. And so we're going to release this David because we're getting to the point where I want guys to at least have an 85 overall potential. So Cool Whip, that boy, nice. And then we get to Sam right here. He's going to be good enough, 87 potential. So one of the things I want to do, and sometimes I'm not going to be able to just because of how tournaments and things shape out, is I'm going to sign 17-year-olds in July. And then here at the end of the season, for example, we're here in, I believe, November, December. Then I'm going to sign these 16-year-olds. These young guys, I'm signing them for next year. I'm not signing them for this year at all. So Wilmilio, damn, his name pisses me off every time. And then we got Xabi Lopez. So right now, we got, in my opinion, the foundation for basically at least most of the next couple years of FIFA players that we need. And so, another thing I meant to bring up, this game glitched out on me, right? So I should have been able to show you our game against Columbus, but I don't know what the heck I did. All I know is here, we won the East, and I'm going to kind of go through the statistics very quickly and show you what's going on. So Cooper had 12 goals for us. And obviously he led our team. That's why I got to make sure I get him back. And then he had 8 assists for us, leading our team as well. So just showing you, Gaudet had the most clean sheets in the league. And that's the thing is, like, for real, you don't really know how good you have it until you don't have it. Because, shoot, people have been asking me about him. They've been wanting to buy him, bro. So, yeah, game glitched out. I don't know if we lost to Columbus. I have no idea, bro. So 15 clean sheets. Cooper was our star, bro. It's a lot of points he counted for. Then we got Chavez. He had 7 goals as a 17-year-old. So, shoot. And then, like I said, we had other guys on there that never even got to sniff the field. So, right now, man, I'm happy with the way. So this the Open Cup right there. I don't know, bro. Couldn't tell you what happened, man. Couldn't tell you. Because they didn't even show the MLS Cup, they didn't show the, what do you call it? Like the tree. So the Open Cup was what we played earlier in episode 1, I believe. So, I mean, about to get ready and get into season 2. It's crazy, like I had said, man. I thought I was going to get just 10 minutes for the whole year, but now they want us to win the playoff championship. Like, Paraguay sent me an offer. Watch out, bro. Like, man. Like, don't come at me with no sideways offer, man. I don't want to be a part of a team that I know for damn sure ain't gonna win shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go to, like I said, no disrespect to these countries, but I want to go somewhere like I said, long-term England. I want to go somewhere that I know when we get to the World Cup, we could put in some work. But they're also showing you here some of the young guys, man, for the future. But I liked my first year. And there it goes, the end of another one of my videos. Thank you for watching. See you soon.